everyone, welcome back to Gracie May's Tarot. So for our reading today, we're going to be finding out what is your soul's purpose. So we're going to go beyond just finding career paths, although we will definitely be addressing like specific careers that would be a good fit for you. Stay tuned until the end because we'll be pulling oracle cards for that. But yeah, we'll be looking at sort of the role you're meant to play as an individual, but also in terms of like the collective, society, within like your relationships with other people. Basically, overall, what is your soul's purpose? Okay, what role are you meant to fulfill? What role are you meant to play? And career paths that would be a good fit for you. So basically, overall, your soul's purpose. So we've got three groups today. We've got pile 1. We've got pile 2 here in the middle. And we've got pile 3. So take a moment, pause the video, meditate on the groups. Timestamps are listed below in the description box, just like always. Grab a cup of tea, get cozy, and I'll see you in your reading. Alright, all my pile 1s, welcome to your reading. Okay, so you all, right away, I'm getting a strong energy of someone who is very intelligent. You're a very strong speaker. You may not have tapped into that energy yet, but you're able to communicate your ideas very clearly. And I'm getting, there's a strong sense here of being connected to your intuition, and that being a very important part of sort of the journey here of like to getting to your soul's purpose. Just wanted to mention that like right off the bat. You all have a very strong sense of self, and that may be something that you're developing over time, but you all are very disciplined, determined, hardworking, and there's just this self-assurance, I think, that may develop with age with you all. You're definitely going to grow into this energy. Okay, so we have the 4 of air with lavender. We have the Chariot, the Moon, and in this deck, the Knights, I hope I'm saying this right, we have, I think it's Adelita of air. So this is the Warrior, the Knight of air in this deck with oregano. Okay, the backs of these cards are so pretty. Okay, anyway, so we've got Cancer energy with the Chariot, and with the Moon we have Pisces. From this card, I'm also getting a Cancer vibe from this as well. With the spaceship in the background, I don't know, there's also a feeling of Aquarius. That's just something that I'm picking up on. The Moon is associated with Pisces. So with the Chariot card, in terms of your career, you're going to be a leader. Your soul's purpose, you're meant to lead others. So I think you're going to start off as sort of this lone wolf kind of energy. Like, I think you're going to develop into these skills, because I think in the beginning, because you're so hardworking, most of the time you would just rather work by yourself because you know you can trust that you will get the job done, whatever goal you're trying to achieve. But I think as you kind of grow into this, into aligning with your soul's purpose, you're going to start learning how to lead others. You're going to be a good delegator. So you could definitely pull this Chariot on your own, but you'll get there a lot faster if you're in the driver's seat and you lead others. So you see these wolves in the background, they're waiting, for the driver to come along and direct them where to go. So with your soul's purpose, you are meant to be in the driver's seat. You are someone who is intended to lead others. So that is coming through pretty strongly. I would say also, given that you have the Knight of air, so you can see here, I love the depiction here with oregano. So you're sort of planting your own harvest and then picking from it. So there's definitely a possibility here for you, you know, to grow your own business. That could be part of your soul's purpose. But I think regardless, you know, just with air signs, so we think Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, you're great at working with others. Maybe not now, but you'll be growing into that. You're great at working with others if we think of that Aquarius energy of the collective, but you're also really, you know, like I said, a strong, effective communicator with Gemini. And I think with Libra energy coming through with the Knight of Air, you're very balanced, you're very fair. So I think that you embody a lot of those positive qualities of all the air signs. But I think with the Knight energy, you know, you do rush into things, like you do kind of come in fast in terms of how hard you work. So like once you make up your mind to do something, so you may take a long time in the planning stage. You know, you do think a lot, you're in your head a lot, so you may take a lot of time to plan something, but once you decide to commit to something, you rush in, you're all in, you put all of your efforts. I'm kind of getting the idea of like all your eggs in one basket with how she's filling up a basket here. Yeah, you're also sort of filling up your own cup, you know, like you really take, I think also with the Chariot card here, you take ownership of your own happiness. You don't sit around and wait for someone else to make you happy, make your soul feel fulfilled, right? You kind of go after it on your own. And that's why I said before, I think you're growing into learning how to lead others, learning how to work with others, because you have a great potential, a great capacity for leadership, but that's something that you're going to be developing over time. Okay. So then with the Moon card here, like I said, your intuition is going to be very important on this journey. And it's kind of funny, like if you see the little like pumpkin right here, the little jack-o'-lantern, it kind of looks a bit scary, right? But then if we think of pumpkins in and of themselves, there's so much that we can do with them. We can carve them to mark a path forward. We can bake a pie, we can roast pumpkin seeds. There's so much you can do with just that one. Is pumpkin's a vegetable? I'm not sure. They have seeds though. Okay, anyway. Well, but I don't know. That was a weird tangent. Point is, with the pumpkin here, there's so much that you can do with it. And so that's making me think that with your potential like career paths, you have a lot of talent, right? Like you have a lot of skills, a lot of abilities. There are many things that you could do. I don't think that you're going to be someone who has one career and you stick with it your whole life. I think that there's a potential here for you to change careers, for you to go down different paths, because it's so dark here. So there's one path leading here, but there's definitely a possibility for this one path to branch off. Like I don't think you're going to make it through these woods just staying on this one path. It's going to, you know, this is the nighttime, this is the unseen, right? You're gonna have to rely on your gut a lot. You're gonna have to rely on your intuition, you know, and that's gonna be something that you learn over time because you're such a big thinker that you're going to have to calm down with the lavender. You're gonna have to calm down, rest, connect with your intuition with this Four of Swords here, the Four of Air, and connect to your feelings, right? Connect to the unseen, call upon your guides. You're going to be someone who's going to transition, I think, through different career paths. I think because you're so talented, because you have so many abilities and skills that translate across so many different potential career paths, that you are going to be someone who, you know, isn't really meant to stay on one track. You're going to be someone who's going to explore, okay? Because you have so much to offer the world. All right, let's see what else we have. This is starting off very wonderful. Okay, so we've got Earth. Okay, so now we've had air energy, we've had a little bit of water. with the Cancer and the Pisces. So now Earth. So like I said, like you're very multi-dimensional. So now we have Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus energy coming through. I think you're someone who is very well-rounded, and that's why I said there are so many career opportunities available to you. With this Earth card too, I wonder if a couple things come through with this. Again, to me, that's repeating the self-discipline. You're very hardworking. Earth signs are very much about success, the material world. They're willing to work hard. Like Virgos are very perfectionistic, very organized, detail-oriented. Capricorns are very self-disciplined, persistent. Taurus people, they love luxury and success, so they're willing to do what it takes to get there. I think, you have a little bit of these traits in you, and so you're sort of a jack of all trades is kind of coming through here. And I also wonder with the Earth card, are you meant to do something that is very heavily tied to the material world? So I wonder if you're meant to do something maybe with the environment. And I just say that also because I picked up a little bit of Aquarius for some reason when I saw this spaceship. And when I think of Aquarius, I do think of like social justice issues, because Aquarius focuses a lot on the collective. So I wonder also if you're meant to do something maybe related to the environment. Let's see how that plays out with the rest of the cards. Wow, so now we have Sagittarius, 9th house, fire energy. You're so well-rounded. So also, like I said, with you changing careers, and we've got the Chariot here, and now with Sagittarius, Sagittarius is the traveler, okay? Sagittarius is about long distance travel. So I wonder if you'll be maybe relocating when you change jobs, or if you'll do a career that, involves travel. You have to move from one location to the next. And that doesn't even mean like, they're like travel nurses, it doesn't have to mean, I guess my point is that jobs that involve travel may seem, there are a lot of jobs that travel that you wouldn't necessarily think involve travel. That was kind of a weird tangent, but I think you get what I'm saying. Okay, Scorpio. This makes me think again, you're going to be someone who is meant to have more than one career path, because Scorpio is all about deep transformation. Oh, and Capricorn again, you're very hardworking, yes, very self-disciplined. I think even though you may change career paths a lot, it's not going to affect you financially. So you're still practical. I don't think that you're the type of person who would get bored at a job and quit with no game plan, okay? So you're always going to be very practical and very financially stable. So even though we have all of these different energies coming in, the amount of earth energy that we have is very stabilizing. So that is going to help ground you. All right, let's see what else we have. Oh, passion, yes, with the Scorpio card. I think you're going to be very led by what you feel passionate about. You're not meant, your soul's purpose is not intended for you to be working on a job just for a superficial reason. And listen, we all have bills to pay. That is in no way like a criticism of anyone, definitely have been there, but that is not the intention. So your soul's purpose, you're meant to do something that ignites your soul, like something that makes you feel passionate, because remember, we did have fire energy coming through too. And Scorpio, very passionate, very deeply emotional. You're going to be someone who is very connected to their work. You're not going to do jobs just for the practical benefits, but with the amount of earth energy that we have here, I do see financial success, stability, like good health insurance, stuff like that matters, practically, because we have to balance, spirituality with, our practical day-to-day concerns. But I think with how many we've got air, water, earth, and fire. So like I said, there's a lot of balance here. It's very beautiful. Okay, attraction. I think also too, you all are going to be able to change career paths with such ease and transition into different stages of your life because you are connected with your intuition. But also, I think that you all are intended to be like master manifestors. So you all are going to be someone who, like, part of your soul's purpose is to utilize the law of attraction, okay? And I say that because I think the way this is playing out, you've been gifted with all of this like raw talent, innate abilities, strong leadership potential, because you are meant to be an inspiration to others and sort of providing others a roadmap of like, this is how it's done. This is how you can do it too. So you're meant to share your knowledge. And I think that also kind of comes through with the Chariot too and Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is the teacher. So I think you're also meant to share your success with others in the form of like telling other people, hey, this is how I did it. This is how you can apply it to your life. So I think you're meant to be likely either a mentor, or it could be that later in life you end up setting up some sort of charity or foundation, maybe a scholarship, and helping other people in some, like tangible way. All right, let's see what else we have. Transformation and change. Yes, Scorpio again. Even with the butterfly here. And see the coming together with these two cats. Yes, you're definitely meant to work with others. You're meant to lead others. I mean, she's just walking so confidently here, right? Not even looking where she's going. And I think that kind of calls back to like this sense of agency and also being guided by your intuition. You don't need to look where you're going because you're already headed there. You already know where you're going. And that's really beautiful too, because we started with the moon and everything was very dark and very, there was a lot of unknown. And now you can see she's walking towards the light. So it's definitely going to be a journey. It's going to be a process. Success is not going to come overnight, but you can trust that you're headed there. You can trust in your journey because you know the destination already. Okay, we've got Speak Your Mind. That kind of calls back to the Knight of Air, the Knight of Swords that we had in the very beginning. So I think some of you may have a tendency to try to seek advice from others. So I think maybe, I don't want to say a weakness, but an area of growth for your soul is going to be learning how to connect to your intuition and trusting yourself. It's good to seek advice from others, but I think for you, no one knows your true passion, your true heart's desire, but you, right? So at the end of the day, you're the one who can give yourself the best advice. You're the one who knows where you're headed and why you want to go there. And I think also with this Speak Your Mind, you have to be very resolute. Because you're going to be changing careers, there's going to be a lot of people who tell you, no, like you have a good job, you're successful. Why would you want to make that change? Why would you want to take that leap of faith? Why would you want to risk this, that, and the third? And you're going to be like, nope, I know where I'm headed. Okay? So I think it's also just a message to get out of your head, and don't overthink it. Just act, just do, start walking, start going somewhere. Don't get stuck in like paralysis with like maybe like 7 of Cups energy is kind of coming up right now for me. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. Get out of your head a bit and trust your intuition, speak your mind. Even with her blowing like this dandelion here, make the wish set the intention. Again, law of attraction. You can make it happen just by believing in yourself and making choices that feel good to you, not maybe necessarily look good on paper or are things that other people have kind of pushed you into. All right, so let's get into specific career advice. So we've got study. Reading, research, and education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So with this study card, a couple things. So that could be a message here that your career journey will start with you pursuing higher education. So you'll go to college, you'll go to university, maybe you'll try out a few different majors before you commit to one. With study here too, I get the sense again of like thinking it thoroughly, making plans and going, like I said, thinking about a game plan, setting it, having a plan of action, but then acting upon it. So it's about balance here. Like, yes, you're gonna think about it, but you're gonna balance that thinking with your intuition. So you can't go too far in either direction, okay? But I do think for a lot of you too, you're definitely going to be going to school or getting some sort of like technical training. So even if you don't go to like a 4-year college, like the traditional track, you may go to like a technical or a trade school, you'll learn a craft, maybe you'll be self-taught. That could also be a possibility. Oh my gosh, career change. Yes, you're going to be changing careers. You're not going to stick with one thing forever. Oh, travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. We've already covered these. Okay. And environmentalist. I think I mentioned this in the beginning. So yeah, you all could be doing something in relation to the environment. I do think this is very broad. We're not getting like a lot of specific careers here, but I think part of the purpose with that is that for my pile ones, you all have such a unique path, and because you're going to be changing jobs, this is a general reading, so there's going to be a wide variety of careers for everyone who's watching who chose pile 1. But I do think, like I said, with travel, you could be doing something like, like travel nursing. You could be doing something that involves, I'm kind of getting the idea of like doing, because I do think it's more international travel, because we got Sagittarius. I kind of get the feeling, you know how some, you have like travel writers and travel bloggers, but I see it kind of more so like, kind of like you're traveling to different countries and you're having different experiences, but it's almost like you're traveling, but you're also doing a job where you work for yourself, and you have a job that you can do remotely. And so it could be also that the travel isn't necessarily related to your career. So for some of you, that's maybe more of a specific message, but I think some of you are a bit nomadic and you don't like to stay in one place. You get a bit restless. That can happen if you have a strong air component in your birth chart, if you're a big thinker, which we've covered with you all. Moving and getting out of your head can be beneficial. And so I kind of wonder if you all just enjoy traveling. And so you're not wanting, your soul is restless, you don't want to settle down in one place. And so you intentionally pick a career path where you can travel and you don't have to be tied to a physical like office space that you have to go to every day. That may just be a specific message for some of you. Yeah, but travel could involve so many things. I mean, some of you may be going into the military, and that could be like you work your way up in the ranks, and that's how you come into that sort of leadership role. That could be a possibility for some of you. Some of you could just be, you know, picking a career path that you can get a work visa in another country. So like social worker, something like that, where you could get a visa to work in another country. You know, like a teacher, you could go to another country and, you know, like teach another language, stuff like that. And with the environment card, I could even see possibly like veterinarian with this actually, because just being so tied to animals. You guys could be running a nonprofit. Could see that too within the environment. A lot of possibilities here for y'all. It's so open-ended. This isn't as, Lord, as specific as I thought it was going to be, but I think that's kind of the point with your group. I'm not going to lie. I think your guides are like, well, this is like the soul contract that you wanted. Like, you wanted to be a free spirit. You wanted to have options. You didn't want to be tied down. So this is what you asked for. Sorry, there's no strict rule book that we expect you to play by, but this is what you wanted, is kind of what I'm getting from this. Okay, let's end with some self-care cards, and then we'll get some matchsticks for you. We've got journal it out, write how you feel. I think because you can have a tendency to get in your head a lot and overthink, when it comes to figuring out what you want to do in terms of your career, it could benefit you to write out maybe like a pros and cons list, write out how you feel so you can connect to your intuition and not think about it so logically. That is also coming through. We've got your soul whispers love, your ego shouts fear. Don't make fear-based decisions, and I think sometimes when we talk to other people and we get the advice of too many people, we can get overwhelmed, and then we start to make fear-based decisions. So make your choices based upon a place of like faith and love and passion and abundance. Don't make choices based upon, I'm scared if I do this, so I'm not going to do this, or I'm scared because I don't know what the outcome is going to be, so I'm not going to do anything. You know, don't be afraid of the dark. Don't be afraid of the moon card that we had in the beginning, because we know later on you are going to be walking towards the light, right? You're going to be moving from the moon to the sun, which is pure happiness, bliss, contentment. We've got today holds unlimited possibilities to see the beauty in life. I do believe that you're someone who sees a lot of beauty, a lot of potential. You don't want to be limited in any way. You're the type of soul that wants to leave this earth feeling like you experienced everything that you could experience, feeling like you lived a full life. You don't want to live simply. You don't want to live a small life. You want to feel like you took advantage of every opportunity that was presented to you. You want to feel like you just want to feel, I think it's that sense of freedom, that sense of, yeah, I went wherever the wind took me and it felt good. It felt great. I think you're a soul that maybe has difficulty having a physical body, you know, like you just want to be free. You feel constrained, and I think that's what causes that overthinking sometimes. I can relate, I'm a moon in Gemini, but I think that's what creates that overthinking sometimes, because it's almost like your soul is just struggling to get out of your mind and your mind is just overwhelmed. But okay, so let's get pile one, pile one. It's just cute little like self-care messages. Do something every day to strengthen your connection to your beliefs. I think that would help you connect to your intuition and trust yourself rather than trusting others. Treat others as they want to be treated. That's always good advice. I think you're already good at that. I think that is what is going to make you a strong leader. And we've got start your day with a positive affirmation or mantra. That will help you build up your confidence. You have a lot to be confident about. Like I said, you're such a well-rounded person. You're so talented, smart, hardworking. You have it all going for you. It's just a matter of getting out of your head, trusting your gut, and going for it. All right, pile one, this was your reading. I hope that it resonated. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you would like to see more readings like this, please comment down below. Also, let me know that you chose pile one. I always like to see the breakdown of how many people chose each group. And yeah, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is a new channel, so trying to grow our community. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Take care, pile one. All right, all my pile twos, welcome to your reading. So we've got the Five of Earth, Slippery Elm. This is the Five of Pentacles in this deck. We've got the Sunflower or the Magician card, and we've got Empress and Strength. Okay, so I have to say, as a Leo myself, I am very much drawn to this spread that we have so far. So you all could be Leos, or that could be just an energy you're meant to embody as your soul develops and moves towards its purpose. But I will say there's a strong overarching theme here of creation, of creating something from nothing, of having so much inner abundance that it sort of grows, it sort of sprouts from your center, okay? So I think also here with this Five of Pentacles, you can come from nothing. You can come from very humble beginnings. You can start without any advantage, okay? So if we think of the advantages, like in our society, it could be, you know, identity privileges. It could be coming from a lower socioeconomic background with Five of Pentacles. You know, you think of lack, because Pentacles, you know, deal with our money, our material wealth. So it could be that you all are coming from very humble beginnings. Take that as it resonates. But I think regardless, this card is really speaking to you all can start with nothing and create something. You can create abundance. So you can have very little and still, because of your inner strength, okay, because of your creativity with Leo, you know, you think of the fifth house of creativity. The fifth house also deals with children, and we have the Empress, so you think of birthing something, okay? So again, it's that strong feeling of creation. You also have the Magician here, right? This is manifestation. This is law of attraction. And the Sunflower, you think of the sun, you think of happiness, you think of pure joy, right? And Strength, Leo, playfulness. I think you enjoy it, like you enjoy the challenge. You all are also strong leaders with Leo being here. Very creative individuals. And I think even if you're like, no, I came from, you know, like a pretty stable, you know, like background, I think there may be a point in your life where you do encounter this Five of Pentacles, but it doesn't even faze you. You know, this Five of Pentacles card, there's growth here. You know, like the growth is already happening. It may be slow, it may take time, it may take hard work, but you're getting there. You know, you're with this house here, there's a big energy here of creating a home. I think home, family, maybe love, maybe your divine counterpart. Take that as it resonates. But I think those are going to be very major areas of your life, things that are going to be stabilizing forces for you, things that you are going to be creating, and sort of the areas of your life that you value the most. I think home is incredibly important to you, family, friendships, and also I think how you view yourself is important. So Leo is very focused on the self, right? I think developing your self-confidence and just walking into a room and feeling like I know who I am, that is part of your soul's purpose. You're really meant to value yourself. You know, there's this kind of energy here of containment, right? Of being shielded, of being protected. So the rose is beautiful, but it's still protected by those thorns. So I think there's kind of this, there's this energy here that you are peace within yourself. So even honestly, if things are going to hell with the Five of Pentacles, even if you encounter challenges, obstacles that are thrown your way, you're protected, and you're protected by yourself. You know, you just have this inner strength that you can always draw upon. You're resilient. That's the word that's coming through. You're very resilient. You know, no matter what is going on externally, internally, you connect with your inner peace. You can find joy, you can find optimism, even in the darkest of times. Even when other people would fall to pieces, you are contained within yourself. You are still whole. Oh, I love this. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, we've got Taurus here, so we've got Earth energy coming through. We've got Jupiter, the 11th house, and Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius rules the 11th house. This is beautiful. So Aquarius is the opposite sign. These cards are getting a bit bent. Aquarius is the opposite sign to Leo. So kind of think of that, if you're unfamiliar with astrology, sort of think of that as a mirror image. And so if you feel like this represents you, then take that message. But honestly, for a lot of you, I'm kind of getting the feel that maybe this is your divine counterpart. We may have to see what the rest of your oracle cards look like, but that could also be a possibility. But getting back to that mirror image, so like I said, Leo is the self, Aquarius is the collective. Okay, so Aquarius thinks about the group, Leo thinks about the self first and foremost. Okay, Leo is very much ruled by their heart. Okay, that's fire energy. Aquarius is air, and so Aquarius rules the 11th house. So we've got friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. So think of Leo as like self-development, because there's a big focus on the self. Leo is very generous. Leo is very giving. But at the end of the day, Leos value self-care and they prioritize themselves because they know in order to be generous, in order to give to others, they have to first give to themselves. Like Leos understand prioritizing yourself in a healthy way better than any other sign, right? Aquarius gives to others. Aquarius is all about social justice, the collective, and therefore, like, Aquarius is very progressive, very original. So, you know, just like it says here on the card. But so this could be your divine counterpart coming through and balancing you out. And maybe you all have a soul mission, a joint mission that you complete together, and you learn from one another and you grow. Because I was getting that feeling that because we got like the home and the family coming through, I was thinking of you building that with someone else. And so maybe this is your divine counterpart coming through. Now, if that doesn't resonate, kind of think of this then as your community. So like I said, maybe your family is very important. Your friends, the people in your immediate circle are going to be helpful to you in your, you know, aligning with your soul purpose and, you know, finding the right career path, that kind of thing. It could also mean too that maybe you all don't have a career yourself, but you support your partner in their career, and you are responsible for the family, the home, right? You build the home, you hold down the fort, essentially. that, take it as it resonates, like I said. We'll find out more when we get to your career cards at the end. Okay, I think that's it with this. If anything else comes through, I'll say so. But Jupiter expansion. Oh my God, this is such a beautiful planet, right? This is Sagittarius. This is the planet of luck. So you've got a lot of fire energy here, a lot of creativity, a lot of passion. With the expansion, again, I think of the Empress, that infinite abundance. So for some of you, being a mother, or being a father, being a parent, could be something that's very important to you. Could be that one of your children then goes on and does something very meaningful, very significant in this world, and you are the one who molded them as their parent. So I kind of get the feeling from this group that, especially too with Aquarius being here, like your soul's purpose doesn't stop with you, okay? Like you all are meant to create a legacy that your offspring and their offspring and their offspring continue on. So like your soul's purpose carries across generations. And it could be too that you are picking up something that your parents or your grandparents started. That could be a specific message. Specific trips me up sometimes. I think because I'm talking so much, my mouth gets a bit dry. Sorry. But that could be a specific message for some of you. And here with Taurus again, Taurus and Cancer are the two signs that I always think of the home. But also with Taurus in particular, I think of beauty. And we had the Empress. So again, I think of like aesthetic. So I think creating a beautiful home is integral to your soul's purpose. And that may seem maybe a bit strange, but if you think about it, we spend so much time in our homes. You need a supportive environment. You need a safe space, like not only in terms of like the physical structure and what's in it and everything in it being beautiful, but also in terms of the love and the connection and the bonds and the memories that are created within that home, with the family, with your partner, with your friends. That is all creating that cocoon around you, creating that strength that you can continue to draw upon, as you move along, with your soul's journey here. And with Taurus too, I always think of financial success with Taurus. There's so much abundance here. There's a huge possibility for you to be wealthy, but again, not just wealthy in terms of money. That is, yes, coming through, but also in terms of stability, family, love, home, connection, self-growth, all of that. Oh, my cat has joined us. Okay. Hopefully she doesn't knock anything over. All right. Let's see what else we have. There's a lot of feminine energy here too. I don't know if those of you watching identify with that or not, but it's definitely coming through. Okay. So we've got Gracie. I'm sorry. My cat. All right, so we've got love. So again, God, look at how ripe these tomatoes are. And even just, again, like this connection. I think your partner, whoever they end up being, your divine counterpart, is going to be very important. Even if it's just that, Lord, my words. Even if it's just that they're playing a supportive role to you, or you're playing a supportive role to them, it's still so important. So even if your career paths are not, directly related, I think that you two are just a source of support for one another, and that helps you, remain confident. Okay, and we have hope. Again, a lot of yellow. Yellow is my favorite color, next to pink, yellow and pink. But with the yellow here, again, I think of Leo, I think of the sun. I think you all are so guided by your hope. I think that is what helps you hold on to your resilience, because, not everything is a fairy tale here, right? Like we started with that 5 of Pentacles, so there are going to be hardships, there are going to be challenges, but that inner strength, that Leo energy is so prevalent in this reading that, again, it just shields you. And I think your partner also helps shield you. So even if, like, say for example, you lose your job at one point in your life, or you have some sort of financial struggle, like you have an unexpected hospital bill, you know, something like that, there's no need to worry, because you have this divine counterpart that is there to help you. And not only that, but you have resources with friends, family, community, because you're so connected to others. That's what it is. Okay, there's this beautiful balance here with your soul's purpose. It just came to me. You are so self-reliant with that cocoon, with that Empress. You know that you yourself are creation itself. You are abundance itself. You know, think of the female form, right? Infinitely abundant. You can continue and continue and continue to create, to bring life into this world. You have that with the Leo energy, but then with Aquarius here, and like I said, I think that's your divine partner teaching you this, but you also understand your connection to others and the importance of that. So you balance remaining an individual, but also being a member of your community. That's what it, oh yes, okay. You teach other people too that balance. So you're an inspiration to others. You know, you can be such an important figure in your family, but also have time for yourself. You know how to balance those two things. All right, let's see what else we have. Oh, give love. Yes, your partner is very important. So I think part of your soul's purpose is going to be either connecting with your twin flame or your soulmate. You know, take whatever resonates, whatever feels right to you. But I do think there's balance, there's harmony. We've got the fire energy here again. Yes, I'm getting a lot of Two of Cups from this as well. This is such a pretty card. I think that you all are meant to be married. I will say that. I think that is part of your soul's purpose, is getting married and having a family. So I'm sorry for those of you who are watching and are like, I definitely don't want kids. I'm not gonna lie though, I do get that vibe from this group. There's this idea of legacy, of creating something that is going to last beyond, you know, your lifetime, something that your kids will carry on, or something important about what your child does, something about them making the family name something honorable, something inspiring, something very successful. And we've got earth magic here. So again, like Taurus is being repeated here. I think this is also just a message that you all are just very grounded, but I also see too with the earth magic, kind of like growing your own garden, tending to your own garden. There's a lot, like I said, a lot of feminine energy here. There's just this message of home and creation and tending to yourself and your family and your own affairs. You know how to look after your own garden. You know how to water the soil and create something from nothing. And with the moon is here twice too. I think again you're very connected to your emotions. You're very connected to your feelings, your feminine energy. You just draw upon that femininity so much. And I think that's why your divine counterpart is so important, because they represent the divine masculine. So they come in and they help balance you out. And then together you create even more abundance. Okay, let's see what else we have. So we've got support. Your life purpose fully supports you. I would say with support here, I think that you could do it all on your own. Like, if you really wanted to, if you don't want to get married, if you don't want to have a family, if you don't want to have those connections with others, you could do it all on your own with the Leo card. You could do it. But the path will be a lot easier for you if you ask for help from others, if you lean on others for support when you need it. Okay? We got freedom. You're free to do what you choose. Okay, so kind of similar to pile 1 in that way. You may have been drawn to pile 1. There's a lot of freedom here. So that is just sort of signaling to me there's no one specific career path that you have to follow. You're really free to do whatever you choose. So your soul didn't incarnate into this lifetime with one plan in mind. So you're free to choose, whichever career path you resonate with. I will say, though, for some of you, too, it could mean that your goal is to be a mother, is to have a home, a family, and that is what you want to devote your life to. I do see that as a possibility for some of you. Oh my gosh, infinite abundance. Okay, so some of you, like I said, home, family, motherhood, fatherhood, that is what you want. Others of you, I get a strong sense that you're meant to create and start your own business. I see you having support from others. So like you could have you could start like a family-owned business, or you go into business with your husband, your wife, or they're just very supportive of you. So it's like you're connected to others, but you're not meant to have like a normal, I don't think that you all are meant to have like a normal 9-to-5 kind of job. I think you're meant to create your own business and do things that you have created. And I think it's related to that divine feminine energy. So like, for example, like tarot card reader, right? Like maybe you're meant to have your own Etsy store and sell your own readings, and I associate like tarot readings like this with sort of feminine energy. You could be doing something like that. I don't know why Etsy seller is coming through so strongly for me. I'm just thinking of all of like the feminine like Etsy shops. Like there are some like creating your own artwork and selling it, crocheting stuff, selling it. I'm thinking of like a graphic designer who prints like stationery and bookmarks and stickers. Like there's a big business for that on Etsy. Stuff like that. Honestly, something that's artistic, something that allows you to express your creativity. You're not going to be someone, I think, that is satisfied unless you have a level of creativity in your job. And I do think there's this sense of independence of you working for yourself, of kind of setting your own terms. Okay. Oh, builder. Yes. So creation. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. Yeah, this isn't you going on Indeed and applying for a job. That's not what this is. This is, I had an idea and I built a business from that single idea. And now I support myself. Stephen King has this quote, I think he says, I rely on my own wits. I make money from my own wits. That's like, you could be an author, right? You could be a poet, you could be a writer of some sort, you could run a blog, you could do something that is creative, that you just relies on your own innate talents and abilities, and it doesn't require a lot of starting capital. You just need your own mind and your own creativity. It doesn't take a lot of money, for example, to start a YouTube channel. It doesn't take a lot of money to start an Etsy store, or, you know, to write a book, you know, like you can just write it. You know, there may be other costs of, like, if you want to go through like a professional editor or something like that. But really, theoretically, I mean, you could write an entire manuscript, submit it to a publisher, and bam, right? Well, you wouldn't do that. You would find an agent, and they would find you a publisher. But you can even self-publish on Amazon. There are so many things that you can do. But you're kind of one of those people, though, one of those lucky, lucky, lucky people who you have created your own job. You have created your own abundance. You have created your own streams of income just from drawing upon what you already had. That reminds me again of that 5 of Pentacles we had in the beginning. So, like I said, you're not starting with a whole lot, and yet you're growing an entire garden from one single plant, from one single seed. You have sown this entire garden. That is your soul's purpose. So you are going to be contributing to your home, to your family. You are creation. So I know that wasn't like, again, like I thought we were going to get more specific than that, but I do think that is very liberating. It's very freeing to know that your job, your purpose, your career, how you relate to others is all related to your own inner strength, your own inner talents and abilities and creativity. So I would say my advice to you, incorporate the divine masculine, learn from your partner, but never ever discount your divine femininity and the power and the potential behind that, because that is really the key to your success here. And being able to ask for support and receive support when you need it, whether that's financial, emotional, or like mental in terms of like advice. Okay? All right, so let's end with some self-care messages. So we've got commit to self-care rituals, so just make time for it. Turn criticism into kindness. That to me is very, very Leo energy right there. Gratitude rampage, list 10 things that you're grateful for. Always helpful to practice gratitude. And you're going to have a lot to be grateful for. Okay, there's a lot of abundance coming your way. And we've got celebrate yourself, you deserve it. Also very Leo. Okay, let's just end with some Spark Grace matchsticks. So pile 2, pile 2, pile 2. Okay. Set an intention to make, set an intention each morning to make the day a good one. I just was about to skip the middle words there, no big deal. Practice patience. That, yes, I think that is actually very key for you, because even though you have that inner strength, the knowing that you can create something from nothing, it will still take time, right? It takes time to grow an entire garden. It takes time to build a home beyond just the physical structure, the connection, the home, the family, the love, the support, the memories. Takes time, right? Even making a baby takes 9 to 10 months. We've got hang pictures of loved ones in your space. I think aesthetics, beauty, creating a beautiful home, and being surrounded by just warmth, coziness, memories, fond memories of your loved ones. I think you all are very, very much into that group too. Okay, I have to say I loved your reading. If you were drawn to pile 1, there were a few similar themes, so maybe check out pile 1 if you are feeling called to. You definitely don't have to. But yes, pile 2, this was your reading. Please let me know in the comments that you selected this group, and if it resonated, if you enjoyed it, if you liked it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe because I'm trying to grow our community. And it really does help, and it makes my day. It makes me so excited, especially every time I see a comment. I'm always interested to see what kind of feedback you guys have. And yeah, take care, Pile 2. I will see you guys in my next one. Alright, last but not least, Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we've got the Ten of Water or the Ten of Cups with red clover. We've got the Lover's card. We've got the Hanged Man. And we have Seven of Earth or Seven of Pentacles with the Oak card. Okay, so a lot of things here, Pile 3. Let's start with the Lovers. Okay. So with the Lover's card here, I think part of your soul's purpose, I love this card, the way it's drawn here, but we have two very different sides of one breakfast table, right? So part of your purpose is being able to work together with others, connect with others, and yet also stand on your own in your own individuality and understand that you are stronger, and being able to stand next to someone else with your differences and their differences and coming together as one. Okay, so we had a similar message in Pile 2. So Pile 3, if you were drawn to Pile 2, maybe check out Pile 2 after you complete this reading. But I do think marriage, especially because we have the Ten of Water here, the Ten of Cups, so either marriage or a significant long-term relationship where you live with the other person is going to be significant in your soul purpose. I think you're definitely going to be learning from someone else, for sure, and they're going to be learning from you, yet part of your soul's purpose, part of your lesson in this lifetime is not losing yourself in your connections, not just romantic, but any significant connection in your life. Don't lose your individuality, okay? Don't lose your sense of self, and also understand that your differences from other people, when you come together, actually make you stronger because now there's balance and now you can learn. So you're not meant to just have people in your circle or in your significant relationships who are exactly like you, okay? So you're meant to have a diverse set of connections. You're meant to connect with other people from different cultural backgrounds than you. You're meant to explore, get out of, sort of your immediate community, your immediate family, and you're meant to connect with others who, come from a different walk of life than you. Now, with the Ten of Cups here, it's beautiful to have the Ten of Water here. I mean, there's the rainbow. Everything about this card looks peaceful, looks beautiful, and it's also creating something, right? So they're making this tea, they're brewing this tea from this flower here, from the red clover. I guess the red clover is a flower, I don't know. But I just got this deck, so I'm still learning it. But I just get this idea of domestic bliss. Like, part of your soul's purpose is you're meant to experience a happy home life with a divine counterpart, and you're meant to create together. It's meant to be existing in this beautiful, comfortable harmony with someone else. So I know we're going to be looking at careers, but that's the message that was coming through, is I think for you all, you may not want to get married, but there is at least one significant long-term relationship that's going to have a very big impact on your life. And when it comes through, it's going to change your perspective significantly with the Hanged Man here. And even just looking at all of these mushrooms, and just the way this forest is sort of growing upside down, and like it's sort of being eaten by itself. And so it's like continually sort of regrowing, right? Regenerating itself. because there's a lot of abundance here. There's a lot of growth, but it's sort of this cycle of endings and beginnings, endings and beginnings. And so I do think you're going to go through quite a lot of significant cycles, and there's going to be a lot of deaths and rebirths in your life. Your life is going to sort of unfold. And you know how when you read a book, and of course there's chapters, but some books have also part 1, part 2, part 3, not just individual chapters. That to me is sort of how your life is playing out. And I think you're going to go through quite a number of significant changes. And each time you go through those chapters, you get closer to asserting yourself, connecting with who you are. And I keep pointing to this side just honestly because I'm more drawn to this side. But you know, this is the divine feminine, this is the divine masculine. You could be representing either of these sides. Just take, you know, whichever resonates with you. Okay, with the 7 of Pentacles, the 7 of Earth here, think of with the oaks, even seeing the little chestnuts here. You're moving with the seasons, okay? So you're collecting from the tree, you're harvesting, and then you're saving that when you need it to get you through the winter, right? So you're adapting to changes. Part of your soul's purpose is to, you know, encounter these challenges and overcome them by slow, steady, hard work, okay? So the intentions that you're setting, the seeds that you're planting, they're not growing overnight, but they are growing continuously. So it's kind of weird, like the hard work that you're putting in, the seeds that you're planting, they're continuously growing, but because you check on it like every day, you're not going to see it, you're not going to notice it because it's small growth. But over time, all those little advancements end up creating something so beautiful. So you got the sun here too, St. John's wort. It's very healing, very healing. You create something beautiful, something abundant, something happy, something lasting out of your life by steady, continuous, hard work. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure we're still filming because my battery is running a little low. Okay, so we've got the 6th house. This also makes me think of health. So it could be part of your soul's purpose is just taking really good care of yourself. But I also see this as like potentially you healing others. So think of the 6th house, I think of doctors, I think of nurses, anyone in the helping profession or mental health. So think like social workers, counselors, therapists, that sort of thing. Also could expand that to like yoga instructors, fitness instructors, nutritionists maybe with the 6th house. You all could be Virgos. That's also a possibility. Yes. Oh, with the Lovers too, we have Gemini energy. Okay. And then of course the Sun, a little bit of Leo coming through. Saturn, we've got Earth energy, we've got Capricorn. So like I said, Saturn is father time, and so it's going to take time. This is not, with your career, with your goals, it's not going to be overnight success. You're not someone who's going to achieve their life's purpose, achieve their soul's purpose with ease. So it's going to take hard work, it's going to take self-discipline, and I think most of all, because we got the 7 of Pentacles there, it's going to take patience. So Saturn representing Capricorn, that's the goat. So if you've ever seen a goat, sorry, I need to, okay, yes, we are still filming. I'm sorry, I got this like weird pop-up. Okay, so if you've ever seen goats, like just look it up on YouTube. Like pause this video, open up another tab and look. If you've ever seen goats climb a mountain, it is terrifying. And they go up and down, up and down, up and down this mountain, you know, for the sake of like their offspring and finding food and shelter and whatnot. It's terrifying. They're like on these little teeny tiny little ledges, and they're just hop, 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 like up and down, jumping around. Like it's so scary to watch, but they do it, right? And that's like sort of the challenge presented to Capricorns, or someone who has, like, I'm a Capricorn rising, right? So, you know, it doesn't have to be your sun sign. It could be, you know, your rising sign is your chart ruler. Could be your Capricorn moon. Maybe your Saturn is in Capricorn. Saturn also represents your career. But it's hard work. It's patience. You know, Saturn is, like I said, father time. It's that strict masculine energy of like, you know, why is no crying in baseball coming to mind? What in the world? I don't know why that phrase just popped into my head, but yeah, no tears, man. Like it's all hard work, but it's worth it, right? You get to the sun, and when you get to that place with the 10 of Cups, when you get there, you're going to appreciate it. You're going to be so grateful because you earned it. No one handed it to you, okay? You worked hard. Even like the journey to you finding your soulmate may be challenging. Like you're definitely going to align with your soulmate in this lifetime, because we got the Lovers card, and we've got the 10 of Cups, and we've got the Sun. But I think you may also be someone who, you know, struggles in your romantic partnerships up until you meet your soulmate. You go through a lot of like karmic relationships. You do a lot of healing. You do a lot of learning. Saturn is all about teaching you lessons the hard way, because that's the way that it sticks. That's the way that you really learn. So I have like a love-hate relationship with Saturn, because it does make you such a strong, disciplined individual. It is the type of energy that breeds success. And then you got Virgo here. Virgo is also very hard on themselves, okay? Very detail-oriented, very perfectionistic. But it's worth it in the end, because that success that you create, you know that you created it, you know that you earned it, and you appreciate it. If things are just handed to you, you don't appreciate them. It's not because there's something wrong with your character. It's just because it was handed to you. You know, like you're just less likely to appreciate it. And that's kind of the lesson of Saturn. They're like, yeah, I'm going to make you work hard for it. Yeah, it's going to take time. It's not overnight success, but I promise you, when you get there, it's going to feel 1,000,000 times better than if I just gave it to you overnight. And you're going to have the strength and the resilience and the knowledge and the self-discipline to keep that success going. Even in terms of marriage and having a successful romantic partnership, if I just gave you your soulmate, like when you're 18 years old, if I just gave you your soulmate, you might not be ready. Like, you may lose that person. Like, just because they're your soulmate doesn't mean the relationship doesn't take hard work, right? So Saturn is emotionally preparing you as well for that connection. So there's a lot of lessons that are being learned here. A lot of karma that is being cleared, a lot of healing that is being done. Your perspective is changing. That's a big thing with the Hanged Man. You're going through a lot of transformation. Like I said, it's more than just chapters in the story. There are acts. Like, there are parts to this. Okay, we've got Aries here. So leadership, and this may be why this Saturn energy is a bit hard for you, because Aries people want it and they want it now. And they want to go after it and they want it now. Like, they're the first sign of the zodiac. So they're the starters, they're the leaders, but they want it and they want it now. Like, because they're the babies, right? They're the first sign. So, you know, if you think of when a baby cries, a baby expects instant gratification, right? So that's a lesson that you're going to be learning, that it doesn't matter how independent, brave, passionate you are. It doesn't matter how hardworking you are. Some things just take time. Things that are meant to last, when you build those solid foundations, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And so I think you get it. Okay, we've got Neptune, dreams and transcendence. So this is Pisces as well. I think with this energy coming out, it may seem a bit left field, but I think your guides are just wanting you to remember, with all of this grounding energy, with all of this earth energy, like life of hard knocks, you're gonna learn the slow, hard way. This is just reminding you, don't forget your dreams. Don't forget the law of attraction. Don't forget to have hope. Don't forget to keep your faith. Never stop dreaming, right? It's a little bit like Cinderella. I love Cinderella, but it's a little bit like that of, you know, Cinderella worked hard every single day. I just filmed like a Cinderella themed reading, so that's on my mind. But Cinderella got up, worked hard, did all of those chores every single day, kept her nose to the grindstone, right? Like, she didn't have a choice. There was no agency there. There was no money. Where was she going? Right? If she left like her evil stepmother's house, where was she going? So it may feel like that. It may feel like you're working and you're working and you're working, and there's no end in sight. You know, like you feel like you're hitting a wall. But even when Cinderella was at her lowest, what did her fairy godmother say to her? She said, I couldn't be here right now if you didn't still believe. If you didn't still have your faith, I couldn't even be here. So I'm going to say it just like I said in that reading. It's like, a dream is a wish your heart makes. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, the dream that you wish will come true. That's the message. So even if you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, try your hardest to keep your faith. Try your hardest to remember your dreams, remember your goals, remember what it is that you want, which to me sounds like that 10 of Cups. Sounds like the Sun card. Never lose your faith, because it may be like that 7 of Pentacles that we got in the beginning, the 7 of Earth. You don't see the progress on a day-to-day basis, but that doesn't mean that the universe is not putting the puzzle pieces together, okay? So it could mean that for some of you, when that job opportunity comes, when that soulmate connection comes, it happens overnight. Like, you're working and you're working and you're working, you're in that stagnant, hanged man energy for years, and then one, I don't know, Thursday afternoon, bam, like everything you ever wanted, like 8 of Wands, comes in, it falls into your lap. It feels like it falls into your lap, but you've been doing this work for a long time. You've been doing your healing, you've been working hard, you've been self-disciplined, working on your self-growth, all of that stuff, and it just falls into your lap. But really, this whole time you've been working towards it, okay? So I think there's a bit of like divine timing here, okay? You're not going to get the job of your dreams. You're not going to get that soulmate connection until you're ready. And when the universe sees that you're ready, bam, you're gonna get it. But it may take years. You know, there may be a lot of failed karmic relationships that you have to go through before you meet your soulmate. There may have to be some dead-end jobs, or you know, a change in like your major in college, things like that, before you find that one thing that's gonna fit, that feels right to you. So could be some false starts. All right, let's see what else we have. Refinement, yes. Refinement. When I think of this word, I think of making adjustments. Okay, I tried that, didn't quite work. Now I know what not to do. I'm going to try this now. Okay, that worked, but that part of it didn't, so I'm going to redo it. That's kind of the refinement. I think that applies both to career and love for you in terms of your soul's purpose, in terms of how you relate to others. You're going to be refining. So learning over time, like I said with Saturn. Courage, be brave, take chances, take risks. This to me is echoing the Sun, the Leo energy we got in the very beginning. And also have courage to believe in your dreams. That's also from the Cinderella remake, right? What did they say? Be kind and have courage, or keep courage. Yes, so your life may follow like the story of Cinderella. Take that as it resonates. But with the courage card here, don't let anyone discount your dreams, because it may feel like you're hitting a wall and you're going nowhere and you're making no progress. And like I said, it may come out of nowhere where all of a sudden that abundance just flies in. Okay, sorry if my voice kind of like changes where it carries. I'm checking and making sure that we're still filming. Oh, counseling, yes, I could definitely see that for you guys. So healing with kind words and advice and an empathetic ear. So counseling could be a job for you. Okay, healer, we saw that with the 6th house, with the Virgo. You have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. So all those career paths that I listed earlier with the 6th house, you can apply that here to healer or a counselor, a therapist. This to me also relates to the 6th house with body work. Your life purpose involves body work such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. Oh, nutrition. Nutritionist, you conduct healing work with your culinary skills. Okay, so you could be a nutritionist, you could also be a cook. Doesn't have to necessarily be like exactly like a nutritionist or a dietitian. You could, be a cook. There are also with like some of these could be combined. So like I know there are some like dietitians who work in like assisted living or like long-term care facilities, and they create menus. So they don't cook themselves, but they create the like healthy menus for like the residents. Something like that. Heart's desires. The angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. That to me is just echoing, don't lose your faith. If you feel like you're hitting a wall, you decide, for example, you really want to be a doctor, Lord knows, like medical school is not overnight, right? It takes a long time to achieve a goal like that. So I think that you all are very ambitious with the Capricorn energy that we got before. Like if you want to be a psychologist, getting your PhD or your PsyD takes time. If you want to be a licensed clinical social worker, you got to go get the degree, and then you got to get a certification and whatever your state regulations are for that. Like there's a lot of stuff involved in some of these career paths. Even like physical therapy, I believe you have to have a master's for that. So could be too, because all of these to me involve higher education. So definitely going to school is probably going to be part of your journey too. And that may take time too. Like if you decide you don't want to take out so many student loans, like maybe that's why it takes you a long time, because you work and you go to school. So that could be, take it as it resonates. Okay, let's end with some self-care messages. You all I'm happy that you got specific careers, because our first 2 groups did not. And I was like, dang. So I'm kind of happy to see some specific career paths here. All right, so we've got get creative and excite your imagination with wonder. We've got trust your intuition, she's always right. Step out of your comfort zone and try something new. So that reminds me of the courage card we got. And tune into your inner peace. All right, let's end with some matchsticks. So pile 3, pile 3, pile 3. Okay. We got offer yourself forgiveness and focus on doing better next time. That reminds me of the refinement card that we got. We got do one thing each day that is just for you. Absolutely. And we've got send loving thoughts to others. All right, so pile 3, this was your reading. I hope that you liked it. I hope that it resonated. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you chose pile 3 so I'll be able to see, how many people chose which group. If you were drawn to another pile, feel free to go watch that right now. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Please take care, pile 3. My pile 3s, I am so sorry. I was rushing because my camera was about to die and I completely forgot to pull these cards. They were just sitting over there and I was like, oh wow, I missed some. Okay, so these all have a pretty similar theme. The pink and purple that is repeating through each of these cards here, two things come to mind. With the pink, I always think of like playfulness and creativity. I think of course, femininity because that's been drilled into me in terms of our society. But with pink, I think of a very soft energy, very playful, very creative. And then when I think of purple, I think of spirituality, I think of intuition, I think of connection. And so I think just with those two colors being present in each of these cards, I think keeping that childlike sense of wonder even when things are hard, keeping that sort of childlike belief in fairy tales and happy endings, because that's what the Ten of Cups is, and you got that in the very beginning, right, with the red clover card, right? So keeping that faith with the sun, the stars, understanding that there are forces at work beyond you, beyond your limited perspective. This reminds me of magician energy here with the wand. So just understanding that, life is about balance. Sometimes you'll be in the dark and you'll be struggling and you'll be experiencing challenges that require you to rely on your intuition and your faith. And again, that childlike belief and wonderment and fairy tales and happy endings. And then other times you'll be in the sun and you will be in that fairy tale happy energy. And so life is about balance, right? Because we couldn't appreciate the sun without the night, okay? If we didn't wish upon a star, we wouldn't experience, the gratitude and the happiness that comes with seeing your dream, seeing your wish fulfilled, right? Seeing the sun come up. So I think gratitude, appreciation, keeping your faith, keeping your smile on your face, that don't let the world make you into too much of an adult. Like, don't forget that inner child. Don't forget your dreams, your hopes, your deepest heart's desires. I think you did get heart desires as your one of your career cards, so I think that's important too. Meditation for clarity, whenever you are sort of losing sight of yourself, whenever the waters get murky and you forget who you are. The purple and the pink are like bleeding together here, right? So drawing upon those two things, meditating, connecting to your intuition, remembering your sense of faith, but also remembering that belief, that inner child, that, sort of inner belief that things can work out, that things can go right. Everything works itself out in the end, right? Everything is okay in the end. And if things aren't okay, it's not the end, okay? So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You do have a tougher journey than the other two piles, but what comes out of it is pure happiness, pure joy. Like, it doesn't get any more joyful than this. And it's such an overwhelming sense of gratitude You know, there's transformation here with the butterflies. Your life is going to transform, and it's going to transform quickly. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to seem quick. When the butterfly emerges from the cocoon, it looks like magic, right? But how long was the caterpillar in the cocoon for? You know what I mean? So it's like unseen development. That work was being done the whole time, and it seems like you get all of your wishes all at once. You know, your life radically transforms, and it's, you know, day to night transformation. But you've been working this whole time, right? Like, it takes years, but it is worth it. Okay. You do have that fairy tale happy ending. Don't doubt it. It will come. Just keep your faith, keep your patience. Okay, pile 3. Now you're ending. Now you're ending. Now your reading is complete. I'm so sorry. I forgot these cards. I don't know what happens with pile 3. Like, things seem to fall to pieces sometimes. But hey, that's much like your life's journey, right? Like, sometimes things go wrong, but in the end it all works out. So pile 3, again, take care, and I will see you in my next one.